What's up, folks? We've got a replay for you guys today. This is gonna be a PVZ between our red Protoss, Mr. SneakyPylon, going up against the blue Zerg, a familiar face, Mr. kevinnleee. So this is a replay of a ladder game sent to me by Kevin. So that might tell you all you need to know about the eventual outcome of this game, but how we get there, we shall see. This is going to be, once again, a PVZ or ZVP. This is Glittering Ashes, quite a large map. Kevin's going to be going for a hatchery first, and he is going to get that down before the probe is able to block it. SneakyPylon, that name, I would be very suspicious right now if I were playing him. But Kevin, just going for a macro build. He doesn't seem too concerned. And SneakyPylon is going for a gateway first, so no cannon rush. And this is on the low ground, so he is going to be expanding right there. Looks like we're going to be setting ourselves up for a nice long macro game. This probe still hanging out, just checking things out. Don't think he's really going to try anything, but Kevin, he has kept his overlord here, which is not really where you want it right now. You kind of want to start making your way over for a scout. SneakyPylon is going for a SneakyPylon, but I think that's just a fake because he doesn't even have a forge, and yeah, cancels that. Sometimes Protoss players will try to get that and just force the Zerg to maybe pull drones or something. But no reaction out of Kevin, so SneakyPylon forced to cancel that. Wastes about 25 minerals. And now the two Lings are out. They're going to chase this probe away. Should be able to get away. We've got an adept coming to maybe save the day. And yes, the adept shows up, does get one Zergling. That probe gets away. So SneakyPylon with an early lead in terms of units lost. There's that 25 minerals from the pylon, but Kevin is the one who lost units. Now the adept gonna show up just to scout, most likely. One adept probably can't find too much damage. Does get that other Zergling though. And Kevin with his overlord here. This is his first overlord. Now typically you would see these guys perched over here or something, but Kevin opting for, well, unconventional location, but that does mean he can fly it into scout. Now two adepts gonna get caught by a handful of Zerglings here, and they are both gonna go down. Nice catch by Kevin, who has committed quite a lot to these Zerglings. As you can see, his worker count gonna be trailing 28 to 34, so he's gonna try to look for some damage here. Not going to be able to get in, I don't think. And the shield battery, even going for an overcharge on that, so this stalker going to be practically unkillable. And Kevin turns his attention to the gateway, but SneakyPylon, with some good awareness, retargets the shield battery onto that gateway, so not losing any HP on that either. And the aggression from Kevin, ineffective so far. He has droned up a little bit more. He's up to 35 and now going up to 40 now, getting a third base, which we don't often see out of Kevin. He's getting some spore crawlers. So did he scout that Stargate? No, he didn't. But he is either anticipating it because Protosses always go for Stargate, or maybe he got a glimpse of this Oracle? I'm not sure what prompted those spore crawlers, but could just be a safety, and it is going to pay off, I think. Now Kevin going for his favorite structure in the game. It's the Spire. In comes the Oracle, going to be met with the Spore Crawler. SneakyPylon not going to be too happy about that, but he's going to just go where the Spore is not, activate that Pulsar Beam or whatever it's called, and he's going to pick off 6 drones. Gonna get away with the Oracle. Yes, he does get away. 4 HP. Wow. That's so annoying. But that's some good damage. 7 kills. And of course gets away with the Oracle. Can live to harass another day. And Kevin, he is sitting on pretty good saturation right now. Third base, not quite completely droned up. Gonna need to... I mean, it looks like he has enough drones, but yeah, he's gonna need a little bit more there. Maybe get the 2 additional gases as the Spire is almost complete. There it is. And Kevin's gonna lose this Overseer to the Void Ray, and so he is fully aware that SneakyPylon is committing to the air at least a little bit more than what he initially saw, which is that Oracle. So Kevin going to be responding with his favorite unit in the game, the Mutalisk. And Mutalisk going to be pretty good against the Oracle, going to be pretty good against the Void Ray. Where's that Void Ray? 2 of them. But SneakyPylon can shift gears into Phoenix pretty easily, and Phoenix really bop Mutalisks. So SneakyPylon gonna activate that prismatic alignment, gonna try to beam down this 4th base. Kevin shows up with his 10 Mutalisks, gonna get the first Void Ray, gonna get the 2nd Void Ray. A 4th base for Kevin did complete. It is pretty low though, so SneakyPylon can send some maybe zealots or something later on and try to finish the job. Now SneakyPylon gonna be going for his 3rd base, and that means his main base gonna be mostly undefended. He's desperately trying to get up some cannons here, but they're not quite ready, so the Muta's going to show up. They're going to get a bunch of probes right off the bat, and this observer interface for replays doesn't show the drones or the workers lost, which is unfortunate, so I'm not sure how many he's losing. I can check in a moment, but it's quite a lot. And we do have 1 Phoenix. He does chase back the Mutas with the help of the cannons. This Phoenix with 1 kill. And units lost. 14 probes have gone down. So those Mutas, they have done pretty good damage so far. And there's still, I think, 6 of them. No, 14. He's remade more, so they can fly in a little bit later on to find more damage. I don't think SneakyPylon anticipates that Kevin is continuing with the Mutas, so he only has 1 Phoenix, and the rest is, oh sorry, 2 Phoenix, and then the rest is ground units. And what does Kevin have on the ground? Not a whole lot. just a handful of Zerglings over here. He does have the Hydra Den ready, but no Hydras on the field just yet. Hydras not that great. They are mainly just used for lurkers against ground Protoss. But here comes SneakyPylon. He's going for that weak fourth. And here we have Kevin's Mutas. They probably can't fight this with all the Archons and Stalkers. So Kevin gonna have to sacrifice that base. It was already weak. And SneakyPylon not gonna continue with the attack. He is happy with that damage. And he's just gonna go back home. And I don't mind that. I think that's a good choice. It forced Kevin back. He made all these units and not really gonna be too useful right now because SneakyPylon is just going home. Or is he? Looks like he is perhaps moving out once again for another attack. That's kind of weird that he pulled all the way back home and now he is moving out once again. And maybe not, no. Some indecision from Mr. SneakyPylon here. Kevin with his Mutalisks. 21 Mutalisks. Gonna fly back into the Protoss base and look for some more damage. And SneakyPylon. What is he gonna do? No reaction from the army. He's just gonna counter, I guess. Kevin taking out all the cannons. Big recall out of Sneaky. Oh! No! He was trying to recall his probes, but he recalled to the same base. Big mistake there. But here comes the attack from SneakyPylon. And this is pretty scary. No Banelings out of Kevin, so the Zerglings just melt. And the Mutas show back up, but you don't want to fight Archons with those. Oh no, the Mutas, all of them going down, and these Hydras not gonna stand a chance. Oh no, what a disastrous engagement for Kevin, losing his entire army. Additional Hydras do spawn. Is that gonna be enough? I'm not sure. I'm not too confident, but SneakyPylon doesn't go for the fight. He pulls back instead, and that's good damage, so he should be happy with that. But he does need to preserve his units. He is teching up to Colossus. None of them on the field just yet, so there is an opportunity here for Kevin to find some counter damage. He's going to run up the ramp. The Hydras, they have no meat shield in front of them, so they are quite squishy, but that's a lot of Hydras. And SneakyPylon just doesn't have enough on the ground just yet, so he needs to buy time for these Colossus to come out. Meanwhile, Kevin is just making his way in, gonna break down the wall at the natural. Let's see how much damage he can find. SneakyPylon gonna come back to defend. The Colossus has arrived with its cool skin here, the kind of dark red. And this Colossus gonna survive with the help of the reinforcing zealots. They are able to clean up all of those Hydras, and it was messy, but that is a defense out of SneakyPylon, who has the worker lead right now. 46 probes to only 41 drones of Kevin, who is trying to get his third back up. He has this new fourth location, but he is on the ropes right now. He does have a hive, he does have his lurker den on the way, but he has been beaten down quite significantly, not to mention the worker deficit, and Hydras by themselves not that great. He's going to want to morph these into lurkers ASAP as possible. SneakyPylon kind of being bold, just chilling out here in the middle of the map. Kind of scary position because he doesn't have the best vision out on the map. He could get randomly surrounded and that would be very bad news. But he is perhaps looking for some more damage now to Colossus with this army. And yeah, not sure what he's doing. He's just hanging out over here. Some very valuable High Templars as well. And it doesn't quite have Storm yet, so gotta be a little more patient, but it is finishing up soon. So by the time this attack hits, I think it will be ready. And SneakyPylon was looking for this base, which Kevin did not retake. He of course took this one up here. So SneakyPylon now gonna be moving forward, and only Hydras out of Kevin. The Lurkers only just starting now, so SneakyPylon with a big opportunity, but he is not going for it. And this is giving Kevin valuable time to get up these Lurkers. And I think SneakyPylon could have just won the game there if he pushed in, but now Lurkers are on the field, and it's going to be very difficult for the Protoss to engage. And it looks like he's just gonna back up right now. Maybe clear up some of this creep with the assistance of this observer up here. And Kevin getting his 3/3 upgrades. SneakyPylon only has +2 weapons. So upgrades gonna be heavily favoring the Zerg player. And army composition, I feel, certainly favoring the Zerg as well now that he has the Lurkers on the field. So it's going to be very difficult for SneakyPylon to find too much damage with this army composition. Now, trying to go for an attack, Kevin shows back up with his Lurkers. And SneakyPylon, what are you doing? Just eating those Lurker spines. Gotta get back. This Colossus already weak. Transition is going to be disruptors, which can be good, but they're very difficult to use. Also going for Tempests. That's an interesting response, and I don't mind it because they can shoot far. So you can potentially just shoot down the Lurkers from a distance. Now SneakyPylon sneaking his way around once again, but Kevin with his Lurkers. The Storm's absolutely massive though, killing most of the Hydras, but the Lurker's just so powerful. SneakyPylon cannot really find an engagement, and I don't think this army is going to cut it. It's going to need more disruptors or more air units, and he keeps trying, and I don't like this Disruptor Nova, not the best. Kevin with the chase. SneakyPylon going to be forced to recall, but how many of that even got away? Not a whole lot, I don't think. And now all he has left here, some Zealots, Stalkers, and yeah, I don't think anything got away from that recall. So SneakyPylon not looking too hot all of a sudden. Lurker's pretty OP, especially with the 3/3 now. Additional Hydras spawning for kevinnleee. He is going for his adrenal glands. Kind of a mistake that they're so late, but better late than never. And now Ling Hydra Lurker. Looks like Kevin gonna be going for an attack of his own. SneakyPylon doesn't look that powerful right here. He has some storms, but only, I think, 4, maybe 5. Kevin with a massive army lead. He should absolutely be able to find some damage. Let's see where he decides to go. Going for this third base, running in at a singular angle. Huge storm there. Oh my god, those units just eating those storms. And additional storms on the lurkers. But it's going to take more than that to kill that. And Tempest going to be not that helpful right now. Third base does go down for SneakyPylon, and Kevin's just going to retreat. SneakyPylon giving chase, but I don't know about this. Decides not to pursue. I think that's the wise choice considering the supply difference right now. But SneakyPylon's gonna need a better answer, and I'm not sure if Tempests are really it. I think if he was able to get like 10 carriers, that could absolutely help. But Tempest, I don't really know. Of course, it does take a long time to get 10 carriers, so maybe that's what SneakyPylon is thinking. Well, these Tempests gonna get some free shots off, but Kevin is here, gonna just walk through the storms. He doesn't give an F, and he's just going for an attack. More storms coming down. Shield battery overcharge, gonna preserve most of these units. The lurkers kind of by themselves right now, and SneakyPylon, he has observers so he can spot this. Oh, but the burrow from Kevin gonna take out all those disruptors and high templars. Oh no, and he's just leaving those. Wait, why didn't he clean it up? Oh my god, those lurkers doing so much damage. Does finally clean it up, but losing a lot of his ground army there. SneakyPylon lost a couple disruptors, high templars. Definitely very sloppy, but likewise from Kevin, who just walked through storms, losing almost all his hydras back there. And now a huge counterattack from SneakyPylon. With all these Tempests, they do have that tectonic destabilizer upgrade, which allows them to do more damage versus buildings. Now Kevin has remaxed, not remaxed, but remade his army with a lot of corruptors, and that's going to be super good against Tempest, obviously. But now what? Now that all the air has gone down, what are these corruptors going to do? Does he have the Greater Spire? No. So nothing on the ground. Well, 3 hydras, 5 hydras. That's going to be enough to clean up the rest of the ground army from SneakyPylon, who showed glimmers of hope back there, but now he has been knocked back down to 59 supply. Worker count only 36 for the Protoss player, and I think he is on his last legs. This base has never been reclaimed. Some drones, probes rather, long distance mining. This base has been taken, however, and we've got some probes there. Meanwhile, Kevin taking pretty much to the left side of the map here. He's got this base fully saturated, this base fully saturated. His main and natural are pretty dried out. Third base running low as well. Fourth base also. But Kevin not on a huge amount of workers. 65. Typically you want more as a Zerg, but he has been doing just fine. Big Zealot run by, gonna cancel this base. And yeah, they're just gonna get away. I think that's wise. Kevin has remade some hydras. This queen just dancing. Look at this queen just grooving. Look at that. SneakyPylon, what is he gonna do? I mean, he is pretty broke. He's trying to remake workers, but he's gonna need like 10 minutes if he wants to catch up in this game. trying to get Void Rays, which are a good counter to Corruptors, but there's also a lot of Hydras here, so I really don't see a way for SneakyPylon to get back in this. I think it's just a matter of time before Kevin goes for the killing blow. SneakyPylon gonna cancel another base here. That's nice, but not really enough damage. He's gonna need to do that like 30 more times. Gonna find a mineral line here, but Kevin is already back, and SneakyPylon gonna lose all these zealots here. Does find a couple of drones, which is nice, I guess. 2 more zealots gonna make their way into the natural, which is empty. Gonna find a queen, perhaps. No! Poor queen. Look at that, the queen has bones. I thought Zerg were like insects. Now Kevin going for an attack now. This newly remade base of SneakyPylon gonna just fall. And Kevin continuing the onslaught. SneakyPylon, what's he gonna do? I mean, there are no good choices here. Does he stay or does he go? And he's gonna go for a big counterattack. Like I said, there's no good choice here. I mean, if he goes for a base trade, it's gonna take him forever to kill all this. If he defends, I don't think he can defend, so it's just gonna be a base trade, but definitely favoring Kevin right now. But he's not gonna take the base trade. He's gonna run home to defend on his side. I think that's a mistake from Kevin. He's gonna be losing so much while all his units walk back. But he should be able to clean up this army, no problemo. And if I were SneakyPylon, I'd recall like 10 seconds ago. But no, he's gonna stand and fight and lose almost his entire army. Some huge storms though, oh my goodness. But that's not gonna be enough. Look at this carnage. Oh, it's an absolute bloodbath, like my portfolio. But kevinnleee, he's cleaned up the Protoss army and now he is free to finish what he started. And SneakyPylon, he has evacuated to the bottom right of the map, but he has nothing left. He's got a single Void Ray that just went down, additional Void Rays on the way, and they're gonna just melt. Small counterattack here with zealots. That's not gonna be a game changer. Void Ray pops out and dies. And we are just witnessing the death of SneakyPylon here. Pretty nice game out of Kevin. Lurkers. No micro against the storms, but he was so far ahead, just walking through the storms. SneakyPylon doing his best with his zealots. Actually took out a base here, but it's gonna take him forever to kill the rest of these buildings. Kevin just gonna keep ransacking the main base of SneakyPylon, and kind of curious why SneakyPylon hasn't left yet. I guess he thinks he still has a chance. And maybe if Kevin keeps lollygagging and not going for the rest of these buildings. But I do think Kevin has this firmly and securely in the bag. He is going for these additional expansions. I'm gonna take this out real quick, even using that caustic spray ability. And the Zealot counterattack has ended. SneakyPylon has a lot of money, but no way to spend them. Only 2 gateways here. Now no gateways. And yeah, SneakyPylon down to 24 supply. 20 of those are workers. 2 zealots. 2 zealots and a dream. Can they do it? I don't think so. And SneakyPylon is very dead. Kinda BM at this point, sticking around. Gonna get another queen there. And gonna lose his final zealots. 1 probe and a dream. But no, he just leaves the game, no GG. And it's gonna be kevinnleee with that 30-minute ZVP victory.